Hello everyone and welcome to Let's Play Super Mario All-Stars Super Mario Bros. 3. This is part 2 of World 7. And we begin. Well, we just took care of the fortress, of course. Or Tanuki Mario. We don't need the warmth anymore, but, you know. I guess the fur coat's gonna help somewhat, maybe. I don't know. At least the stone thing is gonna be a little protection. But it's good to have a tail in this level. Because, if you remember the fortress in World 4, that little secret area, that gave us these little blocks here. Well, yeah, we basically jump on them and they change direction on us. And they're kind of limited on time, too. But this isn't too difficult of a level. This is kind of confusing at first, but it's not so bad. Just remember that the level wraps around, but they in the level design, they pretty much tell you the level's gonna wrap, you know. Here I just screwed myself up. What you have to do here is take this up, and then over. And don't get hit by the spikes. They're not Castlevania spikes, but they're still Mario spikes, and they will hurt. Castlevania spikes are the worst spikes. There's a hidden one up here if you want it. You don't have to get it though. And right here I'm going to have to redo this because I wanted to show you that one up. And you could kind of wrap it around if you wanted to, but we don't need to. I think I discovered that one up by accident the first time I saw it. It's one of those one-ups that if you go that way, you'll probably run across it anyway, so. I mean, it's right in the middle of your, you know, where you need to jump. Now, we don't have many options, but we've got a few. Yeah, so now there's a mushroom house over there on the left-hand side. And I'll probably skip the mushroom house, or some of the mushroom houses, I don't know yet. We're just running out of items. I've already shown all the items, really. There's no new items that we can get that are going to be of any use. I've already got all the items that I need for World 8. This is another world where you have to be a Starman constantly in order to beat it, or you could have a P-Wing. This Starman's impossible to get. And here I lost my suit, but I didn't care at this point. I had to take a risk there in order to get the Starman. Wasn't perfect, but it was good enough, I thought. Now, over here, World 8. Well, I'm trying to see what I want to use next. This is what I'm going to use. World 8. You could also use a P-Wing here if you wanted to, but I'm not going to. This also has one of those white blocks where you can get behind it, I think. It's either this level or then another level. Yeah, it's this level, sorry. And here's what the white block can do. You can actually go behind some of the enemies. But only if they are in front of a object like that. So that's what the princess was talking about in her letter. Or one of her letters, anyway. I'm trying to think what I want to do after this. I may start with the Zelda series, because I haven't done a Let's Play of Legend of Zelda yet. And there's also some other games I want to do. It'd be nice if I did 2 videos a day, but my channel's still pretty small, so I'm not sure. Depends on what kind of time I have, I suppose. But it's a fun hobby. By the way, up here, what do we get? Yes, that's why I wasn't worried about losing Hammer Brothers suit. We'll get it back. That's definitely worth getting. And definitely worth going through the World 7 for. Or this world, anyway. This level. By the way, this is the rarest enemy in the game. There's only 2 of them. These that spit the fire. But fortunately, if you know where the Hammer Brothers suit is, they're easy to deal with. Otherwise, you can just jump over them. But that is the rarest enemy in the game. Only 2 of them. And I think there are actually 3 or 4 Kurbo shoes, so it is the rarest enemy. Besides the Koopalings and besides, you know, Bowser. I don't think those count. Those are boss enemies. This level's a big, giant maze, and it's one of those levels where, unless you have looked at a map, you're gonna get lost. So just follow me. It's not bad, though. Once you've done it 1 or 2 times, it's easy to remember it again, and again, and again, and again. Somewhat. But, I mean, let's face it, by now you should have enough lives that, even if you made a mistake, it's not going to be that big of a deal. You know what I mean? And technically, I probably could get a score much higher than this if I just loop back around, you know, got 99 lives, wasted them all getting a high score, and going back and over and over again. You know, and coins or whatnot, but I'm not worried about it. That would have been interesting, though. I guess you could technically get 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 million points that way, or max it out at 99999, but 9. I don't know how many 9s I just said, but whatever. And we get yet another useless frog suit, which we're not even going to need anymore, but what are you going to do? I'm going to make some room here. We're going to really run out of items. Or room for items, anyway. Soon enough. It's the final fortress here. This is another level where the hammer is very useful. Indeed. I would just take these pipes one at a time. And thankfully with a hammer you can take out a thwomp. You know. Thwomp is no match for you now. Because you have hammer. And hammer's good. Hammer's a good thing. Plop. I always thought plop was a very amusing word. Although I don't think that's a sound that these guys just made. It's more like a popping sound, not a plopping sound, because a plop implies some sort of a landing, motion, water, or a liquid, or a fluid of some kind, I suppose. Or on the ground. Like you would plop yourself on the ground, or plop yourself in a chair. But whatever. Get the dry bones out of the way, then deal with the potobos. You can't really duck and avoid the potobos as Hammer Brothers because it's technically not fire. It's some sort of a plasma energy ball, I guess. I don't know. But it goes in a circle. And we took care of Boom Boom. And don't forget, I'll give you some information on the contest when we're done. You know. This is where the Starman becomes really useful. And we're done. So that's why I'd save the Starman for that. Definitely. And we get a useless mushroom. Well, it's not useless, but for us, it's not useful at all. Whatever. Onward and ever upward. Yoshi over here. Chirping at God knows what. Over here, Yoshi. I'm over here, Yoshi. Whatever. Maybe he's blind. I don't know. Well, that would make sense, because in Super Mario World, when you get knocked off of Yoshi, you know, it just aimlessly runs off of a cliff like a lemming, so who knows? Then again, I mean, we're talking about plumbers that eat mushrooms to become gigantic, so I don't think we're talking about reality that much in this game. Fortunately, in this airship level, you can kind of avoid most of the screw conveyor belt things, or whatever they are, the screw platforms. And also, if you jump under the screw platform, it'll go the other way. And I'll show that right here. I wanted to show that at least once, so. That's if you wanted to get this power up here, I suppose. But you don't really have to do that. I think it's just a fire flower there. Fire flower relief. They're never going to give you a Tanuki suit or a Hammer Brothers suit on an airship. They're just not going to do that. And by them, I mean the developers. Up we go. I like these little miniature air platform things that are not connected to anything or propelled in any way, shape, or form, yet still move. Like I said, it's a video game. There's no sense in being overly realistic about it. Or overly serious. And who do we face here? My favorite Koopaling, Ludwig von Koopa. Guess they tried to name him after Beethoven, but whatever. He's got really cool hair. He's got pretty hair, I guess. He's got that science here going on there. The king is back, and he's a Viking. He's Viking, get it? Oh no! Well, anyways, that wraps up this episode. So take a look at the score. 108.0290. And it's time to talk about the contest. So give me just a second, and we'll pull up the information regarding that. Alright, so here's the contest update. Score at the end of the world is 1,080,290. So use that for your next guess. Again, guess what the score will be at the end of World 8. Keep in mind how many levels World 8 has and my style of playing. That will help you get a more accurate guess. World 8 has already been recorded, and so the final score is set. But I'm not going to tell you until World 8 is played. Send an email to this email address right here with the following information. I need your guess, and I need your subscriber name. And remember, I need to make sure there needs to be some way for me to check that you're a subscriber. So if I can't pull up your information and check that you're a subscriber, we'll go from there. But, you know, anyways, that's the way it's going to be. A winner, which is the closest guess, will be chosen on Sunday night, March 23rd, 2014 at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. That's in the United States. So you have until then to submit your guess. And basically I'm going to have a spreadsheet and keep track of all of this so I can make sure. And all the submissions I'm going to check to make sure you're a subscriber. Again, you have to be a subscriber to win. Now, we didn't make the share goal, so this is the cutoff point for the share goal. But I'm still going to give away that $25 Amazon gift card. So somebody's going to win something good. Again, US and Canadian subscribers only are eligible. So thank you again for watching, and good luck with the contest. Remember, the score at the end of World 7 is 1,080,290, and the score at the end of World 8 is going to be somewhere above that. So good luck, and you'll get a few days to guess. So thank you so much. Enjoy your weekend. Have a good day. Goodbye.